gonna show you a movement mechanic. I don't know if you play Octane or not. I'm gonna show you a quick movement mechanic that not everybody knows on Octane.
Level 4.
This isn't like the first thing that you should learn, but it's just an example of like the limitations that we have as you know, controller player, or someone playing with thumbsticks. You know, I play on just a regular controller like this, and your setup I'm sure is a little bit more difficult with the Switch.
I'm gonna get Octane next level.
You getting Octane next level? Alright, bet. So PC players, they can do this, and then they can use their jump, and they can literally end up like over there. They can entirely change their directions. Console and Switch players, the best they can do is crouch and punch to change the direction. That's the best movement mechanic you can do with a jump pad that not everybody knows about. The way to do it is to like melee, and when you melee, you turn your movement stick. You turn your movement stick and your look stick in the direction of which you want to go. It's like I'm gonna go to the left here, so I'm gonna turn this stick and my movement thumbstick both to the left when I punch. Okay, so I screwed that one up. All right, I was too far away from the jump pad, and I looked left, and then I tried to correct it, so I turned both my sticks back, and I ended up going the other way. But I've actually never done that before. That's crazy. I was trying to like hold it up just to show you, but for aim, it really just takes practice. Like right now, I'm currently on different settings of what I normally use because I wanted to try. Why did I just change the 3-1 for 3-1? I wanted to try a different setting because there's a right setting for everybody. Okay, you just have to find it. And it may be something that like you don't initially love, but there's a setting like me. I've always felt like slow turning, but now this I think I added 20% of extra turning to my my stick movement so I can spin a bit faster. I don't know how my aim's gonna be here. I might have to switch it to my other controls. But what you want to do is you just want to grab a gun with no attachments. Sit here and just shoot the bot over and over again, right? And then once you get to where you can consistently kill it with one mag, then you're gonna want to try maybe moving left, and try and one mag it, and then moving right, and this is all with no attachments, right? And if you can't do it with no attachments, start off with attachments. And get to where you can consistently one clip. Like, let's see how many bullets I need here. Okay, well, I missed half my clip there, but I had 8 left. So I have 15 bullets left in the clip, right? So that means I used 13 bullets, which is a good number. Like, if you can shoot a bot and only use 13 bullets, you're doing pretty good. But you want to start moving left and shooting, like strafe left and strafe right. And then maybe once you get like where you're able to clip a bot just moving in one direction, then try and move left and then right. Move left and then right. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the key bindings you can have. I don't know the limitations for that on Switch, but if you have a setting where you can use your thumbstick to crouch, I would advise that, so that way once you get it to where you can move left and right and still one clip a bot. Why is this bot taking damage? Stop it. Stop taking damage. Okay. Once you get to where you can one clip a bot while you're moving left and right, try and do it while you crouch. You know? Crouch up and down. Just one time, like crouch left. Like crouch left, right? And then while you're strafing left, you crouch, and then you uncrouch and crouch right. So crouch left, crouch right. And that's probably going to be like the limit, not the maximum movement you can get on a Switch, but that's going to be like, that'll really help you if you can get to a point where you can consistently one clip a bot or get it, you know, hit some big damage on it while you're still moving, you know. And then if I would say, like, each time you move up, like say you've just learned and you can one clip the bot standing still, right? with no attachments. Then you put a gun on with attachments, and you try and strafe left. And then you try and strafe right. And once you've got those down to where you can do that consistently, then you try strafing left and right with the attachments back on it, right? So each time you move to something new, put attachments back on it so you have more ammo, and it gives you more leeway when you for you to like miss shots. Because in the game, like, the only time you're not gonna have a mag and you're gonna have no attachments is right off a drop. You pick up a gun, you have somebody on you. In which a lot of cases you're probably gonna want to, if they're like that close to you, you're probably gonna want to hip fire anyways. Hip firing, I'd say the range for hip firing is probably about 7 meters. Yeah, probably about 7 meters is like a great spot, because once you're 10 meters away, or it's 12. Once you're 10 meters away, it still works, but it's a lot less. Like right after you get to the 10-meter mark, it becomes a lot less effective. Like I think it's like 15 meters right here. 15, 17 meters. Yeah, 15 meters. But you can still hit your shots there. But another thing you want to work on, another thing is going to be the recoil control. So watch this right here. Okay, that's not a good example. So this is the recoil pattern for the R301. It looks like a question mark, right? So how are you going to control it? What you do is you do an upside down question mark. So like for R301, every single time I shoot an R301 or R9, I instantly pull down to the left on my thumbstick. Pull down to the left, and then after about halfway through the clip, I slightly move it to the right. Wait, is that wrong? Have I been doing it wrong the whole time? No, that's right, that's right. You want to pull down to your left, and then... Okay. I'm showing you on the wrong stick, because that's why it looks like that. But you want to pull down to your left, and then move it back over to your right. And there's going to be like some error, like when I moved it to the right, I moved it too far. That might be because I'm on the wrong sensitivity. I don't know, or maybe I've just been a bot. But like the best drills are just going to be just sitting here and shooting the bots. And once you get that down, maybe you can try and work on putting a gun on single fire and doing the targets. One of my favorite things to do right here is just sit here and just shoot the targets like this. I learned this from this professional player named NRG Rogue, who does this all the time. And of course, like, of course you're not going to be like instantly crazy good at it, right? It takes time and it takes a lot of practice. That's what makes you better at video games, these first-person shooters. And it takes a lot of practice to get the recoil control down. And like the patterns are different for every single weapon. So you just have to practice with each weapon.
Thank you so much.
Here, I'm going to give you one more drill that I used to do. You get full attachments on this drill though. I would grab an R9 because the R9 is like the favorite weapon of most like really good players. R9 and Wingman, their favorite weapons. I wouldn't advise using the R9 though. Like when you're just starting out, use the alternator. It's so much better. It gives you so much more time to like have a couple aired shots and still be able to do a lot of damage. So I would shoot this target and this target. Like I go here, do as much as I can. Anything over 150 is fantastic. If you do that, man, that's freaking great. Only missed one bullet on the other clip. Yeah, do that over and over again, as well as just shoot the bots. Try to kill them with a single mag, and trying to put some movement into it, and it'll translate into your gameplay. The other thing about gameplay is going to be positioning and like trying to get the drop on somebody. And I had a great example of this earlier. I was pushing a team. It was inside of a building, and they're all sitting right here. I pushed a team, I ran right up to here, slid, and stopped. They all shot their guns. Once they got through about 3/4 of their mags, I pushed out, took about 10 damage, and did about 140 on somebody. So it's that's like another level. The first thing you want is to get your aim. Get your aim down, and then get your aim to where you can move. Where you can crouch, strafe, or do something. So that way you're not just sitting here and shooting. When you're sitting there and shooting, the only thing that player has to do is just hold down the trigger, and they'll hit you. But if they're just sitting there holding the trigger down and you're moving left, they're gonna have to compensate for that. That's why movement's so important in this game. It makes you take less damage. And every time you take damage, you have to heal. Like being able to 1v3 a team, you need to be able to do damage without taking any, or taking a lot less. And don't be afraid to hip fire. Hip fire in this game is very strong. And when you hip fire,